Hey guys, it's me, Miss Scott again. So good to see you. So guess what? It is time to do the word of the week. And because Miss Scott is not perfect, no teacher is perfect. If they tell you who you are that they are, don't believe them. No one's perfect. I kind of messed up. I actually already recorded this video and it didn't work. I was so bummed. I was trying to show you the document camera and me at the same time because I know you want to see me because you miss me so much. And it was an epic fail because apparently when you switch to the document camera, it turns off the webcam. So you can't see me and the word of the week at the same time. And I know you're heartbroken by this, but I wanted to say hello, explain what we were doing, and then I'm going to show you on the document camera. You should hopefully still be able to hear me, and we'll see how that goes. Here is the word of the week that we did the first time and it didn't work, but we're going to see what happens. So our word of the week for this week is prioritize. And prioritize is not actually this week's word of the week. So with some of your other teachers, if they mention it, might mention something different. Prioritize is actually the word of the week from the first week of school that we did not attend. But I thought it was very important, especially now at this time when we're doing online schooling and schooling from home and dealing with all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world, to be familiar with the word prioritize and what it means. So here we go. Now, I'm going to show you the word. You're going to follow along. You may do this on paper using pen or pencil. Wait, what did I say? Did Miss Scott just say pen? Erasable pen only. Pencil or erasable pen only. The fact that you're not in school physically does not change my rules. You may not use regular pen. Pen that is erasable or pencil. That's it. Got it? Good. Now, if you don't want to use that, you may also use a Google Doc. That is perfectly fine. You may use a Google Doc and turn that in. Either way, I have the same expectations on what you're going to include. So here we go. Prioritize. Here we go. Our word of the week is prioritize. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit because you can't see the top of the paper. Our word, prioritize. And when you write that, please make sure you remember to put your date. It is April 4th. So 4/4/2020. And our word of the week, prioritize, as I said, I chose because I think that is a skill you're going to need to have at this time. And I'm still using my hands to talk to the computer, even though you can't see me. So I'm going to stop doing that. That's really goofy. Okay, definition. Now, please remember, whether you are doing this on paper or on a Chromebook using Google Docs, you must write out definition, you must have your capitalization, and you must use your colon. You may not use a dash, you may not use an equal sign, you must use your colon. Remember, that's the two little dots on top of each other and is located on your keyboard on the same key as the semicolon at the top. And it's kind of just above the question mark, so you shouldn't have too much trouble finding it. But if you don't remember where it is and you have trouble finding it, ask an adult. They can show you. All right. The definition of prioritize means to arrange or do in order of priority. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is a bad definition. Miss Scott does not approve, as you should know. And the reason I do not approve, which some of you may remember if you worked with Miss McDonald, our speech teacher, last year or the year before, we don't like using a definition that uses the same word or a different version of that word in the definition, because then you don't really know what it means. So I'm going to give you a little hint here. Priority really has to do with importance. And you guys all know what importance means. Or a thing that is important has importance, and you give it priority. So that is our definition. Your synonyms for priority are order, rank, and arrange. Now, I know I'm going a little fast here, and that's okay because unlike class, this is a video, which means that you can start and stop the video as many times as you need. You can rewind, you can pause, do whatever you need to go at the speed you need. So part of speech. Now, normally I make you guys tell me what part of speech a word is. And since we don't know what part of speech this is, and you're not here to tell me, and I'm not going to make the guess because, well, what's the fun in that? We're going to leave the document camera for a minute and go back to the webcam and check this on Google. So see you in a second. Okay, guys, so since we need to know what part of speech prioritize is, we are going to use my favorite source for this sort of thing, and we are going to go to Google. So we're going to type in the word prioritize. There it is. Oops, not prioritize yourself. Sorry, guys. Prioritize, and we're going to look up part of speech and see what it gives us. Merriam-Webster is a good source, so we're going to go to merriam-webster.com. And prioritize is a verb. So any of you who said verb, good job, because it is an action. It is an action that you do in your head, not physically in the real world, but it is an action nevertheless. So prioritize. Okay, so there you have it. The part of speech was in fact a verb because prioritize is an action, even though it's an action that you do in your head. Pointing at you. How do you do that? Pointing at your... I'll point at you. At your head. Instead of physically, it's still an action. So it is a verb. So get down part of speech and verb. And then we're going to talk about some sample sentences. And when we do, you are going to write down your sentence. Now, let's talk about sample sentences for prioritize. An example of the use of prioritize could be to say that the Avengers always prioritize the saving or protection of other people over their own safety and lives because they are superheroes and that's what superheroes are supposed to do. So they prioritize the protection of others above their own safety. Protecting others is more important than their own safety. So, for example, right now, you are back in school, so you have to prioritize your schoolwork above playing video games. Sorry, fact of life. So, schoolwork, more important than playing video games. You may not feel like it, but it is. Now, when you give me your sample sentences, I expect your sample sentences to tell me what you are prioritizing. What are you saying is more important? What is it more important than? And then you have to tell me why. You should know by now. Miss Scott always wants to know why because I'm nosy. That's the way it is. For example, maybe you actually have to prioritize something over your schoolwork. Maybe because your parents are working and you cannot send your younger brother or sister to daycare or to kindergarten or whatever. Maybe you're helping your parents out by helping to watch your younger brother or sister. So maybe your sentence might be something like, I have to prioritize taking care of my brother and sister over my schoolwork. And then your because is because my parents don't have anyone else to watch them right now. I have to prioritize my taking care of my siblings over my schoolwork because my parents need me to help out. That would be an excellent sample sentence. So tell me what you're prioritizing, what you're prioritizing it over, because the priority is more important, and why. Do not forget your why. I'm leaving a blank space. Okay, now that you have written your sample sentence and you're done with your document, you need to make sure that on your sample sentences, you capitalized, you put end punctuation. If you used proper nouns, meaning names, you better have capitalized those as well. And you also need to make certain that you turn in your work. I do not know how often I have had to deal with this with you guys in class. Turn in your work, and I'm not there to walk up to your desk and go, excuse me, tap, 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 tap. Did you turn in your work? So if you are turning in a Google Doc, that's super easy. You just go to the assignment, and you're going to link your Google Doc to the assignment by clicking on the drive and clicking on the assignment and adding it. If you wrote your assignment by hand, you are going to have to do one of two things. You are either going to scan your assignment on some kind of printer scanner and then upload that file and attach it to the assignment. Or if you do not have a way to scan it, you are going to take a photo of it with someone's cell phone with permission, get someone to help you with a photo, and then you're going to take that photo and you are going to take that very clear photo so I can read it, and you're going to link that to the assignment and turn it in. So it must be turned in Google Classroom. Do not forget, I cannot give you credit if you do not turn it in. And if you don't get credit, you don't get a grade. So turn in your work. That's it. Bye.